Today on the channel, G.I. Joe June Extravaganza continues with G.I. Joe Classified series, Copperhead.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another G.I. Joe Classified series unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got one of my all-time favorites. We got Copperhead. But for all your Copperhead needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up DJC Collectibles. Use discount code 8OFFDJC to save 8% off your entire order. And that's exactly what I did, is I picked these up from DJC Collectibles, these latest round of G.I. Joe figures. And this one I'm excited for here. Now, Copperhead, of course, OG fans of the Joe line like you and me. Yeah, you and me out there. We remember him in his water moccasin. And, of course, Copperhead's water moccasins always confused. People confuse the two, but it does go hand in hand. And Copperhead in the water moccasin, to me, always felt like Wild Bill and Dragonfly. It's like you can't have one without the other, so it always seems strange to get these in a solo pack without the vehicle. But here we are today in the Classified Series lane. I don't know if they have plans for the water moccasin in the future, but I would be here for that. A lot of fond memories. I still remember I was about 6 years old, maybe 5, and I still remember a lot of toys I got over the years. I remember the story, and I was up in Sheldon, Iowa. Oh, shout out to Sheldon, Iowa, way up there in northwest Iowa. My grandparents lived there, and I'd always stay with them for a week every summer. And I went up there and I was there, and I remember going to the local Pomida. Maybe you remember Pomida store, Midwest type place out there. I think there was Places, Pomida, Alco, all these kind of places. You guys had them. There was what, Hills and Ames and all these other ones. Every regional area had them. But it was a Pomida store. Loved a trip to the Pomida. Loved a trip to the Ben Franklin's. They didn't have Walmarts and Targets up there in Sheldon. They had Ben Franklin's and Pomida. So I'm at Pomida with my grandma, and she'd always buy me, a Joe figure or two, especially when I'm up there for the summer. I'd get something. And we used to talk about this all the time on the channel a couple years ago. It's been a while since we've talked about it, but I always called them grandma vehicles, and this is where it kind of came from. The water moccasin, kind of your middle-of-the-road G.I. Joe vehicle, not the super small one like a little Ram Cycle or something like that. Kind of the next step up, but not quite the Air Striker, the Dragonfly, the Moray, whatever you want to say. Always called it the grandma vehicle. And you know what? Your grandma, she loves you. Yes, she does. She loves you. And she wants you to get something out there. And it's one of those things, grandma doesn't want to feel like a cheapskate. You're up there for a week for, summer. She doesn't want to get you just one Joe. But she don't want to get you the aircraft carrier or something like that. So she's got to find that sweet spot. And grandma, both of my grandmas growing up, they would always do this. They would let me get that next step vehicle, that next step. And I'd get the water moccasin and Copperhead from that journey. Then we went to Pizza Hut after there, and my grandpa got hot. Oh, he got hot. They forgot our order. We waited there for like an hour. The pizza never came. Oh, it was shenanigans. You don't make my grandpa wait, that's for sure. He got all worked up at Pizza Hut. But I was fine. I was playing with my water moccasin at Pizza Hut. At the time, it was flying by. You guys know if you collected back in the day. Anyways, story time over. Grandma vehicle over. Let's dive into the old Copperhead here. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We got old Copperhead doing Copperhead things there on the front. He's always down in kind of the swamps. I always think of him kind of on the riverbanks, in the moccasin, getting out, killing some animals, killing some Joes if he needs to, who knows. But looking really good here. Looks like he's got a little machete action going on. Looks like he's in the pyramids back there. The pyramids of darkness? Could very well be. You got to be careful for those curses, of course. I love the creepiness behind his eyes, behind the mask. And, of course, Scrap Iron, another one we're unboxing here recently on the channel. His mask is removable. We get to see what Scrap Iron looks like. Doesn't look like we're going to see what mystery lies between the man behind the mask, like a young Alice Cooper, with Copperhead on this one. G.I. Joe logo going on, accessories up there. Really do like the packaging style here. Number 72 is Copperhead. Beautiful artwork. Get out your phone, get the old QR code, hit that up, see what's going on with old Copperhead if you need to. Looking good there. And then on the back, not a lot going on. A bunch of jibber jabber at the bottom, glamour shots, things like that going on. Does show off his tattoo. Is that the Ace of Spades? Oh, he's a huge Motorhead fan. We'll have to dive into that one. Looks like he's got a little backpack going on. Got 2 pistols and a knife. he's ready to go, or more of a sword, I guess, or I don't know what you call it. But a machete, maybe? Who knows? Let's pull him out. Looking good, old Cobra Copperhead. Man, I'm here for this one. See you later. And he also kind of fits the mold of Scrap Iron, who we unboxed on the channel. As I said, check out that review, where you had your Serpentors, Cobra Commanders, Major Bloods, Dr. Mindbender, Baronesses, kind of your tippy-top guys. And you had your Dreadnoks team over here to the side. But then you kind of had that sub-level Cobra officers and Cobra team members, things like that. I always kind of thought Scrap Iron, Copperhead, there was that one Telly Viper that kind of had more play than others. Those were kind of the next level of Cobra people. Maybe that was just me. I don't know. You guys sound off on that if you want. But we got the old locker here for old Copperhead, like we're used to these lockers. All going on to say Copperhead right there. So see you later, goodbye. Little Spider-Man style. Bam! See you later, goodbye. And it looks like stuff's falling out of the old parchment paper on me. Everything fell out, so there you go. Bam! See you later off the screen. And then we get old Copperhead. Oh my gosh, I just feel like a 5-year-old kid back in Sheldon, Iowa all over again. There's old Copperhead looking only like a Copperhead could look in a cardboard locked-in prison right here is what he looks like. But man, like you know, I'm here for this. I am here for this all day long. I am here for it. See you later. Goodbye. Twist tie. See you later. Goodbye. We got Copperhead out of the package. We're going to put him off to the side. We're going to dive into the rest of these accessories. Then we'll take a look at him. But what do we got right here? I guess we'll start with this big old machete here. Ah, it's a machete. Everybody loves it, especially Rakondo, a big machete fan, as we do know. A very interesting one. First time we've seen this. Maybe some of you knife and sword and machete experts can figure this one out. Maybe Danny Trejo, if you're watching, maybe you can help us with this. But you got a nice silver blade with a little angle to it, but a weird end on this one. It almost looks like it's been broken off. Maybe it's supposed to be that way. Maybe it got damaged in battle. Who knows, but it's an interesting one for sure. A nice curved handle down here, all in black. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Why not? Then we get this little traditional pistol. I like this one. I don't know my weapons. You guys know that. Is that a Luger? Is this a Luger? Is that what that is? I'm not exactly sure. But definitely an interesting all black pistol here. I like that as well. Looks very, bam, there you go. Put an end to it. Then you got the big old, is this a revolver? Because it revolves on the side. You give it one of those things, a little spin action. You play a little Russian roulette. Who knows? Who knows? But you got one of these as I throw it around. Got a big scope on the end. Always looks weird on a little weapon like this with a scope. But it looks like something Dirty Harry might have in one of his movies. Maybe minus the scope, but definitely looking good. This is going to blow the head off a gator that gets in his way in the water moccasin or something, I am sure. Then we get his little backpack here, and you can store his weapon back there. It does fit over his back. Plugs in, or I think you can put it on the side, it looks like. There might be a spot for it somewhere. Oh, no, there isn't. I thought this plugged in. No, this just locks in over the top. Easy mistake there, but always cool to have that. You can store everything on Copperhead. I am here for that all day long. Now we got old Copperhead, and let's look at this tattoo here. Let's see what all the fuss is about right here. It is the Ace of Spades. I think it says Born to Win, or what does it say? No, I was getting confused with Motorhead. What's that say? Can't miss. The Ace of Spades can't miss. So he can't miss, old Copperhead. He's not born to lose, live to win like a young Lemmy, but he is can't miss apparently. But I like that little tattoo work there, a little bit more personality for old Copperhead. Copperhead's a little bit pale in the skin tone. I would have liked him a little bit more of a hot dog tan. Maybe that's just me. I imagine him out there in the jungle, in the swamps, on the river, getting a sick tan like a young Hulk Hogan. Maybe not in this case here, but definitely a good-looking figure. I guess let's start in on the head on this one. Like I talked about, Scrap Iron, his head was removable. This one, not so much. Now, the cool thing you could do is you could pop this head off and use a generic head under here, and you could kind of make your own, kind of like a lot of people have done with Barbecue figure. He doesn't have a unmasked head. People have popped that off. Got a, was it Games Master from Marvel Legends? Use that head in case. You could kind of do the same thing here if you wanted to. But a cool, iconic helmet on Copperhead here. You got the black breathing thing. You got some silver slants in the mouth guard. Two big old eyes out there looking into the soul. And then you got the green color, a little lime green and a dark green on the helmet. Definitely iconic, definitely Copperhead that I remember as a kid for sure. Got a vest over the top here. You got a little pocket there for a little pistol, all sculpted in, looking good, free-flowing over the top. You got a waist articulation, or not waist articulation, you got a waist belt here, and very cool that you do get a spot to put the machete. You got a spot to put his gun as well, and he's got that cool belt buckle going on with the skull there. I'm here for that as well, looking nice. He's got his black tights on, and then or his black trunks on, and then he's got his green-colored tights, black boots looking nice there, green and black gloves going on. Even got a little wrist gauntlet here, or not wrist gauntlet, bicep gauntlet. Get my words together here. Bicep gauntlet right there. Looking nice. Of course, articulation, arms go all the way around. Gonna be a little bicep cut. Double jointed, pinless elbows. These bicep things always fall down though. Not a big fan of that. Reminds me of Marvel Legends Cyclops figures around his thighs. But you got the double jointed pinless elbows. Hands back and forth, side to side. You got the trigger hand over here, gripping hand on the other side. Of course, you got the butterfly shoulders on here. Not deep on the butterfly, but you got a little bit there. Barely anything to write home about. Head articulation up, down, all around. Plenty of articulation there. And then neck articulation as well for that added articulation. You got the ab crunch going on. You got the hole in the back that we talked about for the backpack. Big old Copperhead splits. If he needs to jump over some snakes and dive into that water moccasin, he can. You do got the drop down hips, thigh cut, double jointed. What am I talking about? Double jointed pinless knees. And then you got the boot cut and then the ankles back and forth, side to side. You got the big old black Frankenstein shoes going on too. I'm here for that. And then you got the Cobra insignia right there in the middle of his chest. He's wearing his Cobra loyalty right there for everybody to see. Man, oh man, how about old Copperhead here getting the job done? Does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Head over there to ringside, pick up a Mattel stand. Look at that. Looking good. Looking only like a Copperhead could look. There's no doubt about it. Just reminds me, like I said, of a kid remembering the day, purchasing this, going to Pizza Hut, getting a pizza, playing with my water moccasin, living that summer life in between kindergarten and first grade, whatever it would have been back then. Oh, the glory days, the glory days. But Copperhead looking really good here. Of course, you got to have Copperhead squaring off against somebody. We'll have him fight off a Seaman. Yes, he's going to fight off the Seaman with old Shipwreck right there, side by side. Of course, we unboxed Shipwreck. Check out that review here on the channel. And then you got to have my boy. You got to have my boy Flint here. He's always here in these G.I. Joe reviews. Get us an updated Flint. Get us the Tiger Force Flint. I hear that might be coming sooner rather than later, so give me all the Flint figures. But definitely a cool one, Copperhead. Definitely a cool one here. Maybe not a tippy-top Cobra guy, but definitely a tippy-top Cobra guy for me as a little kid in my playing days. So I am here for this all day long. But what say you guys and gals out there in YouTube land? You pick up Copperhead? You playing the long game? You passing? Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on Copperhead or your grandma vehicle memories. You got any grandma vehicle memories? You guys know this story about the grandma vehicles. You know grandma, she doesn't want to be a cheapskate, but she doesn't want to go all in. She's going to get you that middle-of-the-road vehicle is what she's going to do back in the 80s. That was a thing. It was a thing, trust me. But let me know your thoughts on Copperhead. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day. And then some, and we got even more content for you over on the old Patreon channel, including early access to this video and all the other videos and all the other content on the channel. You get dog stuff, pizza reviews, Q&As monthly, you name it, it's all going down over on the Patreon channel, and it truly is your best way to support this very YouTube channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget to hit me up, follow along on social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for the mighty Copperhead, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.